Welcome back to Let's Play Shuffle. It's been a while as usual. It's actually been a while more than usual, actually. Usually when I record, I do it like this. Once it's the day that I upload the final part that I've recorded for, is usually when I'd record, but this is the day after that. So it's a bit later than that, but I was more focused on Pokemon Emerald yesterday. Freaking Pokemon contests were a lot freaking tougher than I thought they'd be. Don't hesitate to send them away if it's a salesman, okay? Primla spoke to Kaida as she stopped washing dishes and headed toward the door.
大丈夫。私が目的だから。リムちゃん？
Primla walked out to the living room. Soon after, someone unique entered.
やあやあ、りんちゃん、かえでちゃん、朝から元気に励んでいるかな？ああ、申し訳ないけど、勝手に上がらせてもらったよ。励んでたなら悪かったね。
What were we supposed to be working hard on?
急ですまないが、今日から1週間ばかりプリムラをまた預かるよ。
You what? Did something happen?
いやー、大したことじゃない。プリムラがこちらの世界に来てからもう10日だからね。それによる影響が何かしら出てないかを調べるのさ。何を言ったところで、あの子が人工生命体であること、それから最高の魔力を持った存在であることは変わらない。あの子の世界への影響、世界のあの子への影響、それを調べてみる必要があるのさ。ま、見たところ特に問題はなさそうだから心配することもないと思うけれどね。
Does she know about this?
もちろん言ってある。ま、これはあの子が人間界に多少なりともとどまるための儀式みたいなものだ。
I was aware that she was created as an experimental subject. That's why they were staying alert of changes caused by the environmental difference. I guess a routine checkup like this was a requirement for her to stay in the world of humans.
その検査ってどれくらいかかるんですか？
まあ状況によって多少の変化はあるけれど、多分 4,5 日くらいだろうね。
5日間ですか。
We were just getting used to living with Primless, so we felt sad. 5 days of no plot? That sounds like an average day's recording. At that moment, Primla came back into the room. She was holding a black bag in her hand, having gone to her room and packed her stuff. Seriously, if you'd go from part 1 to this part, you'd see a decline. A major decline in the attention this LP has got on this channel at the moment. It's it went from having quite a few views to maybe 5 views within 2-3 days. It's man, that declined.
では行くぞ、プリムラ。
行ってくる。
This freaking thing's been going on for over 40 parts now. It feels like I could have, split them into like I did with Clannad, one right after the other, but in separate kind of things where kind of restart kind of thing. But that'd feel like a pain in the ass, because in that case, I wouldn't feel like skipping through scenes. And if I didn't do that, this would drag on forever. Okay, we'll be waiting for you. Well, if I do LP Higurashi after this, that one will be much different, because it really does have different routes entirely, because well, they're not routes, they're kind of just a story arc, really. There's you got 1, then you got 2, then you got 3, then you got 4, then you got 5, then you got 6, then you got 7, and I'm not sure if there was an 8th one or not.
気をつけてくださいね。
Wait, actually, yeah, I think there was an 8th one. Primla left without changing her expression, as if she was just going out for a small walk. And pretty much all of them would be separate kind of playthroughs, because they're completely different.
なんかいきなりすぎて実感湧きませんね。
I mean, the only thing they have in common really is that they're just freaking what the fuck. It's like you get like the question arcs, which are the first ones, then you get the answer arcs that kind of explain like the whole thing. Like, for example, the second arc that I forget what it's called, its answer arc has it from a different perspective, so you understand what was going on at the time a lot better. While the first one's answer arc is by a completely different kind of story altogether, but from a different character. Not to spoil anything, well, I didn't spoil anything, I just kind of said, like, just a little bit of information. Whatever, she appeared suddenly and she disappeared suddenly. I needed more time to be prepared. I'm not even paying any attention. I'm not gonna chance it, so let's save right here, just in case I fast forward too much. How long it'll take to get to actual plots is the question. I need to at least have like an estimate how long it would take, how many scenes. Whoa, 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 you son of a bitch, I hate when you do that. You just out of nowhere, that wasn't 5 days. Or you must have skipped a few days.
読み込んだ。
You lie. Skip. Man, this is such a cluster of an LP, man, I gotta say. Could have done this a bit more professionally, you know. And scene. The sky was sunny for the first time in days. It had been raining for almost a week, but according to the weatherman, today was actually supposed to be nice.
買い物日和ですよね。
Yeah. Kaede was light on her feet as she stepped through the front door as if she was excited to see the sun again.
雨降ってない。
No. Primula was still expressionless, but I could tell she preferred sunny days to rainy ones. She'd been looking at the sky for a while.
リン君、
I'm not trying to say no, but... Primula came back last night. They didn't find any problems with her, so they said she could continue to stay and live with us for a while. Did a few days skip without me noticing, or did it not really take as long as they thought it would? I had a feeling that the two kings persuaded the researchers, though. Well, there's also that. Today we were going shopping to get some stuff that Primula needed. I found out last week that she didn't have a bra. Despite her lack of feminine curves, she still needed to wear one, though that wasn't really the problem. The problem was... Why are they here? It was Asa-senpai and Greha-senpai.
ああ、リンちゃんってば、釣れないお言葉。楓から事情を聞いて、いろいろと手伝ってあげようって思ってきたのにな。せっかく買うのですから、少しでも似合うものを選んだ方がいいですものね。
If those two are involved, I know that they'll choose one that's fun for them and not one that suits Primula.
ま、任せておいて、リンちゃん。リンちゃんが思わず僕に大感謝したくなっちゃうようなのを選んであげるから。
You don't have to. As I replied to her like a robot, I could see Kaede putting her hands together using gestures to apologize.
で、リムちゃんはどんなものが好み？好きな色とか、好きな柄とか、好きな機能とか、好きな付属品とかある？
So how'd they end up tagging along anyway? kinda indicates that maybe Kaede was the reason, but how?
別に。オッケー。だったらしっかりと選んであげないとね。僕にお任せ。で、ちなみにリムちゃんのサイズはいくつなのかな？サイズって何？なるほど。このあたりに関しては完全に無垢なままなわけね。
Might
よ
as
ーし、張り切って選んじゃおっと。
well just say same as Mayumi, you know her, right? Do you know her size? If not, then just guess. I am so concerned. Can't you tell it by my voice? Will you please stop getting too excited for me, Asa-senpai?
あ、こんなの可愛いかも。どう？アサちゃんのセンスはいつも素晴らしいですわね。とってもお似合いです。
That face like, Ma!
でもこっちもいいかな。こちらなんていかがですか？あ、いいとこつくじゃない彼は。確かにぴったり。いやー、この色かわいい。いいな、買っていっちゃおうかな。元気な朝ちゃんにぴったりですわね。どうどうりんちゃん、これ僕に似合うと思う？まあ、そこで一目散にミーさんに尋ねられるあたりが素敵ですわ。朝先輩、今日はリムちゃんの下着を。あ、そうだった。ごめんねリムちゃん。お詫びと言っちゃなんだけど、この色なんてどう？
You've been using the same one this entire time, there.
リムラさんは美人さんですから、グルもお似合いですね。
Just like we could have, you know, like had extra CGs over this with different ones, but we couldn't be asked to do that.
ほらほら、リンちゃん、どうセクシーリムちゃん。子供のようなあどけなさの中に潜む大人の色気がポイントよ。男殺しというものですわね。でも基本通りにしろっていうのもいいかな。なんといっても純潔と清潔さの象徴だし。
No, I never noticed that in the background there. I wonder what the hell it all says there. Wait, no, actually, that probably says pretty and sexy. What the hell?
あたり一面を染め上げる真っ白な雪の色。純粋なプリムラさんらしい色ですわ。
I thought it said it tits her clean. What?
でもそれだと味気ない気もするのよね。水色やピンクもいいかな。一部の方々に大人気のストライプなどもいかがですか？うわ、彼はあざといところ狙ってくる。だったらちなみに今日の僕のと同じ色。りんちゃん、ちょっとドキッとした？
No, but I just realized that you're incredibly loud.
ああ、なにそれ。せっかく人が手伝ってあげてるのに、その言い方はないと思うな。
You're having fun more than you're helping me.
リンク、
Well,
大丈夫ですか？疲れた顔してますけど。
it's exhausting to see how many they're picking. I didn't even feel comfortable being in the lingerie store in the first place, and dealing with them on top of it was even more emotionally exhausting. If I stay here any longer, I'm going to have a mental breakdown. If I stay here any longer... Wait a minute, I don't actually have to be here, do I? Why am I even here? Well then, Kaida, I'm going to go hang out somewhere a little while. See you later.
はい、わかりました。
Good, because, like, I've, like, probably get an interruption at some point, because, pizza. And I was like, if my dad walks in and that screen is on, and then just be like, it's a visual novel, just like, why is that girl putting up a bra against the other one there? No, actually, he wouldn't comment on it. At all. Seriously, no comment. We can meet back up the station again when you girls are done. How about an hour from now? I left the laundry store as I spoke to her. I could hear Asa-senpai scream, "He's escaping!" but I pretended not to. I really had made an escape. The Sunlight Way was crowded as usual. Because sunny days like this were rare amidst the endless days of the rainy season, it was especially bad today. What should I do now that I've escaped from it? Probably take this opportunity to do something for Primler, I imagine. I haven't got the walkthrough up, but I'm guessing that's what it is. I guess I'll buy something for Primler. Wait, haven't we chose this once before on the first playthrough, so why is it highlighted in white? Is the scene gonna be a bit different now that we've picked all the right choices for this route? But what is she like? Despite having emotions, she usually refrained from expressing them. That meant I had no idea what she was interested in. I tried to remember the previous week when we were walking around the shopping arcade.
じゃあいい
Primla said and walked away from the claw machine. What was she looking for? What was inside that machine when I first met her? Cats, you dumbass! Even I can remember that, but maybe that's because we've seen it so many times. I tried my best to remember what it was the first time I met her, the first time. Huh? I suddenly stopped. I saw a small fancy shop that there were several stuffed animals lined up in a window which were such to delight any girl. Stuffed animals. I remember the kitty cat. When I first met her, the machine was dispensing stuffed kitty cats. The only thing Primla showed any interest in was stuffed kitty cats. I leapt inside the store as soon as I'd found my answer. Suddenly it was highlighted in blue again. Well, the font's in blue, yes. Should be able to find a kitty cat doll here. So why was that part of the scene different then, but not the rest? Cool, I'm going to get her this one. I selected one with a black and white cat connected together. I looked inside my wallet and checked the price tag. Guess I can afford it. However, it wasn't exactly cheap. It had a yen sign, a number, and 3 zeros after it. Why not? The reason we have money is for times like this. In times of doubt, I should buy immediately versus regretting that I didn't later. Is that really the way you think about these things? Just like, yeah, screw, like, having money to, like, do stuff, like, pay bills and all that. And, like, food and all required stuff. Just spend money. That's what it's for. I persuaded myself and grabbed the doll, bouncing towards the register with full momentum. Then again, maybe it's just because I tend to not really buy much stuff for myself very often. This is the only thing she's ever shown an interest in. It's only right for me to do this for her. I smiled slightly. The pizza has arrived. I smiled slightly and handed it to the cashier and received the pizza. I'll have to live humbly this month.
Link, お待たせしました。
I don't want to have to stop the recording short, though. I waved at Kaida as she apologized to me. The girls were almost an hour late.
りんちゃん、お待たせ。申し訳ありませんですわ。時間かかった。
I don't even need to ask them why they were late. Did you find the right one? As I asked Kaida, she gave me a wry, exhausted
と
smile.
りあえずは。
I hope it's a functional one. As a senpai is the type who can choose transparent ones and ones with holes.
レジに持っていきそうだったんですけど、なんとか我慢してもらいました。
Jesus Christ, Asa senpai, what the hell? Well done. I patted her head as a reward while she showed me what was inside the shopping bag.
りんくんはお買い物済んだんですか？
Yeah, even though I got something I didn't plan on, here, Primla. I got you a souvenir. I gave her the bag I'd been carrying.
見分け。
It's like a present. Go ahead and open it. She opened the bag with a confused expression and instantly began staring at the two cats.
猫。
This is what you wanted that time, right?
猫。
She hugged the two cats joyfully after muttering a few times. I stood back and watched her expression. As far as I could tell, that was the first time she ever smelled.
へえ、りんちゃんやるじゃない。りんくん、優しいですから。
I just found them by accident and I happened to know what she liked. Can you imagine if Korea's senpai was a real person and, you know, did the whole mama thing and, like, I knew that person and, like, I'd constantly be copying him, like, don't copy me, bitch. I looked away from the girls and tried acting
で
casual.
も、予定外のものだったんですよね。予定内だったものは、どこに行ったんですか？
Kylie chuckled after tilting her head.
リンくん、やっぱり優しいです。猫。
Isn't
さ
that
ーて、
precious?
それじゃお腹も空いたことですし、どっかでご飯食べてきましょうか。この前のケーキ屋さんなんていかがですか？は、いいわね、そこ決定。朝先輩。
Why are we going to the cake bakery to have a meal? She truly was strange.
この3人が揃って料理っていうのも久しぶりよね。時
But
間を合わせるというのはなかなか難しいものですものね。
I got a pizza.
すいません。私がもう少し時間の使い方がうまければいいんですけれど。楓はどこかの誰かに尽くしてないと死んじゃうから仕方ないわよ。まあ。私はそんな。照れない。まさか隠せてるなんて思ってるわけじゃないでしょ？隠すなんて、
She finally said it that way. I heard a dangerous conversation coming from the kitchen. I tried to breathe silently and wait for the food to finish cooking. Wait, tried to breathe silently? What, you actually have to try to do that? I do that without even knowing. If I tried interfering with their conversations, they'd turn around and cook me. Oh, seriously, man. I freaking breathe so quietly or so little that I can freaking, like, I could, like, walk in the room, take a seat, and there'd be, like, people in the room just chatting away, and they wouldn't even notice I'm there. Anyhow, I was super excited about the meal they were all preparing. I had a feeling that it'd be even better than what I ate in most restaurants. Even though it's becoming scared of the possible subjects of our conversation would reach as we ate.
猫。
Isn't she just precious? At least Primlo was happy about her plushie. She was still hugging them in her arms. But what was with that cat she had originally? Did she get that from the crane machine? Because it didn't look like she used it at all. So where did the other cat come from? And where did it go, for that matter? A variety of colorful foods were spread out across the table. Colorful and delicious looking food was spread across the kitchen table. Didn't you just say that? I was expecting to see some fancy Western style food, but they were all typical homemade dishes. Beef and potato stir-fried, burdock, and potato salad. The table was covered in such typical comfort foods.
こういうありきたりなものほど実際は美味しく作るの難しかったりするんだから。せっかくですし、レストランなどで食べられるようなものを作ってもつまらないですから。家庭料理ってその家独自の味が出ますから、大勢で作るときって楽しいですよね。
Now when it was going on about fancy Western food, and then we thought if they just like gave him bacon and eggs, it's just like, yeah, this is kind of more Western and all, but it's not exactly fancy. This is just kind of, you know, basic stuff here. Where's my fancy food, like fancy restaurant stuff?
最近は見た目重視の派手な料理が目立ってるからね。僕としても料理界の未来を憂えるばかりですよ。
Kinda true, I guess. I mean, if the food doesn't look appealing, you'd be less likely to eat it. But at times, something that looks appealing could taste horrible. Which world is that?
プリムラさんはその猫さんたちがとっても気に入られたのですね。でも食事の時は置いておいた方がいいんじゃない？汚れちゃうわよ。一緒。リムちゃん、本当にお気に入りなんですね。名前つけたりはしないんですか？もうついてる。まあ、ぜひお聞かせくださいませんか？白玉と黒玉。
White ball, black ball.
わかりやすくて可愛い名前ですね。シンプルイズベストって言うし。プリムラさんらしい可愛いお名前ですわ。
You know, it's funny really. She has like the two cats there, and we have two real cats as well. Only they don't have, names like that. The fat lazy one is Thomas, and the black one is Dexter. Kind of typical kind of name for a cat, really, probably. We do have another one that was, I think, was originally called Lily, but since, my sister has taken the cat to her house, just refer to that cat as Kitty now. Just of all the names you could, call it by, but I guess that works, I guess. You could be like, God damn it, Kitty, that's a bright head goddamn Kitty. Actually, I thought they were way too simple. After that, they started talking about me, continuing the discussion about my new potential girlfriends, how they wouldn't tolerate cheating, which countries allow polygamy, and so on. Poor me. Even though the food was wonderful, well, I can agree with him on that. I cannot stand cheaters. At all. They are my shit list.
明日から期末テストだしね。いい息抜きになったところで最後に復習でもしておきますか。
Cheaters, gold diggers, and, people who just use people, two-faced people. Those are the kind of people that'd be on my shit list. I despise such people. I'm with you on that one there, Asa-senpai. Don't remind me about that.
リン君、忘れたままの方が危険だと思うんですけど。
It's actually kind of weird, actually. I was, thinking about that yesterday. I heard, remember I've said my grandpa passing away? Well, apparently, freaking people in his neighborhood are all, going on about it, just oh, what stuff will we get from this? Just he just died, and all you can think about is what stuff you can get off him now that he's gone. Jesus Christ, man, what the hell's with people? Stuff like that makes me have no faith in humanity whatsoever. But you seem so excited. I know Korea-senpai is smart, but you don't have very good grades, right, Asa-senpai?
あら、リンちゃん分かってないな。期末試験って言えば学園行事。一種のお祭りじゃない。僕、さすがは朝ちゃん。ご自分の信念をしっかり貫いていますわ。
That's not a policy, is it?
ああ、家庭科の期末試験があればな。少しくらいは平均点上がるのに。
That's crazy.
朝ちゃんでしたら100点満点も夢ではありませんものね。それじゃあ、りんちゃん、楓、リムちゃん、今日はお疲れ様。またねー。お疲れ様でした。皆様、おやすみなさいませ。
No, it's actually kind of a shame in a way that they don't really seem to do much with cooking in school. I mean, cooking seems like a really useful kind of thing to know, The two loud girls were gone and the house suddenly went very quiet. I mean, how many freaking people, myself included, are just unable to cook, so you're just take out or have someone else make you food. It seems kind of, what the hell? It would be useful to, know how to cook, but then, even if you know how to cook, you might still be lazy. It almost made me feel sad. Well, that was an exhausting day.
でも、楽しかったです。
Yeah, those two are pretty entertaining.
お二人ですから。
Now, my pizza's getting cold, probably. Can we hurry this up? What do you think, Primla? They were treating you like a toy today.
よくわからない。でも。 いろいろなものをつけてみるのはちょっと楽しい。
I guess she's saying it was a good day.
はい。
Well, I'd better start doing some last-minute cramming from the test tomorrow. I wonder how much I'll be able to memorize in a single night.
眠らないのは体に良くないですよ。ある程度は睡眠を取らないと。
You know, I think I've said this before, but the same freaking scene. Just like, say, staying up all night's bad for your health and all, but what if you are only awake through like the evenings and the nights? Would that still count? I've had that happen to me many, many times. In fact, that happened to me last night. I was up till like maybe 5 a.m. Then I woke up around about 12. It happens. My sleeping pattern always goes all over the place. I seem to be drawn to the night. I must be some kind of vampire or something. I've got the pale skin for it. Unfortunately, I have no time to spare for sleeping. You seem to be in good shape. I envy your smart brain. Also, I'm not particularly fond of the smell of garlic, so maybe that's even another further example.
そんな余裕だなんてことはありませんよ。それにリン君だってそれほど低くはないじゃないですか。90点台を取る教科だって。
I'm imbalanced, though. Sometimes I can pull that up. Sometimes it's like I'm walking on a tightrope. I mean, for me, getting above a 90% during finals borders on miraculous. Anyway, I'm going to take a bath now. Could you make me some black coffee, please?
夜食も作っておきますね。
Thanks. My holiday was over. The real torture was just about to begin. The last-minute cramming session. I've never had to experience such a thing. It was the morning of the first day of the final exams. The classroom was filled with everyone's varying emotions. You know, as I've said before, from the age of 10, I've recounted this so many times. I had to be taught at home, so I didn't really have these kind of situations. I remember having tests in school. I remember doing at least decent at them. Not like awfully outstanding. I mean, if it was anything that I really got any like notice from the teacher, just like, well done with that, was art class. That shouldn't be too surprising considering like you've seen some of my drawings and they're pretty decent. So like I've always like been decent at drawing at least. Like back even as far back as like the age of 10 or so, I was good at drawing dinosaurs really well. But nowadays it's kind of more of an anime kind of style that I draw. Can you imagine an anime style dinosaur with like those freaking over the top massive eyes? Now that would be a sight. I remember seeing this one image like of an alligator or a crocodile with those kind of K-on eyes on it. And just like put K-on eyes on it and it instantly becomes moe. It's like, holy shit, you might have a point. It's just like anything that you put that on and it makes it immediately look cutesy. It's ridiculous. Well anyways, I've got a pizza, so I'll see you next time, viewers. See you next time.